Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about how I got my first big client. I hope sharing my story can help give you guys an idea on how to better achieve your goals and get work as an artist. In the background, you're going to see a time lapse of me working on the cover for Heavy Metal Magazine number 320. If you're interested in a more thorough breakdown, I suggest visiting my Patreon, which is linked in the description or on my channel. On my Patreon, I go through the thumbnail process, I show all the references I took and made, and I basically take you step by step through the whole process of finishing this painting. As I said before, I wanted to talk about the steps I took that helped me get to this point. After working on my portfolio for about 2 to 3 years, I started freelancing in the fall of 2021. I got a couple of small jobs, and in 2022, I decided to attend a convention called WonderCon. It's a smaller comic convention owned by the same people who do San Diego Comic Con and New York Comic Con. My goal of going there was just to show off my portfolio and hopefully get work. I remember researching all the potential clients and all the studios and stuff that would be there, and I remember seeing heavy metal on the list. On the day of the convention, I remember I was super nervous. This was my first time going to a convention just to try to get work. And I went by myself. To work off the nerves, I decided to show my work with some small publishers and small comic studios first. I've always been kind of shy when it comes to meeting new people, so talking to these smaller studios helped me a lot since, it kind of felt more laid back. I would go up to them and look at their comic covers and judge if my style fit their studio, like their look, and then I would just ask if they were looking at samples or portfolios. I brought my iPad with me, and usually for most conventions I bring my iPad with me just because it's so easy, and I have my portfolio on there. And after showing a couple of the small publishers and getting some positive feedback, I walked around the rest of the convention, and I was kind of circling the heavy metal booth, but at a certain point I decided that I just had to go and talk to them. I was super nervous at this point, but I just had to muster up some confidence, and when going up to the booths, I just usually ask if there's someone that is looking at portfolios. I did the same thing for heavy metal, and when the art director showed up, I remember showing them my work, and it was kind of funny because it actually made me feel really good. But I remember there was 3 people working the heavy metal booth, and at the time they were scrolling through my iPad, and the feedback was really positive, and I don't know, that made me feel really good just because I'm sure a lot of us are always hard on ourselves, and when you actually have people go out and look at your work, the feedback could, what they see could be totally different from what we see. And so I told them I wanted to do cover work for them, and I told the art director, I wanted to join the list of great artists that have done covers for them. I know it was a bit cocky of me at that time, but I was just really trying to get their attention, and it seemed like they really liked my work. And so, the art director at the time, he asked me to show him some more stuff that was not part of my portfolio, and I remember being a little bit scared, but I ended up showing him some other work and some character designs and stuff, and he told me to email him, and a couple weeks later I got the contract, I signed it, and we started working on this cover that you see in the background. Um, and the main takeaway I got from going to this convention was that, I had to be fearless, even if it meant faking confidence. Um, I spent so much time working on my portfolio, taking classes, trying to be a better artist. But at the time, I wasn't, I didn't have much confidence in myself. And I think going to this convention by myself and not having many, like, friends there, not knowing anyone, I really had to learn to muster up confidence in myself and just be able to go out and talk to people. And I feel like I've gotten a lot better at that over the years. I think one of the things that really helped too was actually having a table at the convention and selling your work. If you have the chance to do that, I would suggest trying that out. I think it's it's really fun, and it's nice to see that there's actually a lot of people out there that still enjoy, art and handmade art, and respect artists. So, um, I definitely have moments of self-doubt still, even to this day. But I think what has helped me get to where I'm at is that even when I'm super nervous or, I have that self-doubt, I just know I have to take that chance. Even if even if I'm going to fail, like, I know I have to put myself out there. And, in this video, I haven't really talked about how to train or get better at drawing or painting. Just because I think, there is a lot of free info out there, and I really just wanted to give some advice and hopefully inspire you guys to take that chance and to put yourself out there. Um, I think being good at art, in my opinion, is half the battle. Obviously it's very important, but I think the other half is just as important, and it's, learning to trust yourself and to put yourself out there, to, learn how to talk about your work and be confident in talking about your work, being confident in your abilities and in yourself. Um, not having a big ego, but just, showing up with confidence. And I mean, it's something I'm still working on and practicing, but I feel like learning to talk to people and create meaningful relationships is really important in our community, just because I feel like it's in our nature as artists to be kind of hermits and spend long hours working by ourselves. But, you know, there's a lot of great people out there, a lot of great artists, and yeah, it's just good to have, or good to know that there's a community that can help you get better, and this goes for the people working in for the jobs that you want, like in the studios, or the art directors. Like, we all share a passion and love for art, and we should just all try to help each other. I want to say thank you guys for stopping by, and I will see you on the next video.